By Andrew, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. We do have one consent item this evening. Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda item 4.01, Human Resource Personnel Report as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Megan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Christie. Any questions? All right, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. We have two individual action items this evening. 5.01, selection of architects. To open discussion, do I have a motion to accept Building Resource Studios' proposal for services and authorize administration to finalize the contract terms as well as select architectural images as the firm considered second best qualified and capable of performing the desired services, and authorize administration to negotiate a contract as presented? Should an acceptable contract not result from negotiations within the second firm selected, the board authorizes administration to negotiate a contract with the next firm from the list, or may direct the superintendent or designee to seek additional statements of qualifications from other firms and then submit a new list of qualified firms. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Andrew. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Megan. All right, Joelle, does anyone have any questions?
If that sounded like a lot, it is a lot. You know, when we go to hire professional services through policy, there's a lot of different procedures. And as far as architects, since we are looking at adding several, we have to, the last meeting we came to you, I think I wrote it in there what date that was, and brought, after we met with, I think we had 8 architects interested in working with Lindbergh, and we went through the interview process, chose the top 3 qualified, and brought that to you guys, I think, a month or 2 ago. And from that point, we were able to negotiate with the first one on the list, and we feel like we've got good pricing, good terms. We're ready to move forward with that one, and then once you guys approve this one, we can go on to the second one and start meeting with them to do the same. Of course, we already have a current architect, and we were looking to add several more. That's common for schools of our size and the list of projects that we have going on in the next couple of years. So,
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? All right, we can move to our vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 5.02, selection of transportation services. Do I have a motion to approve First Student as provider of student transportation services for the next 3 years with an option to extend for 2 additional years based on satisfactory service as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Matt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Christie. Joelle, do you have anything
well, I'll
to
just
say?
say this is the second time seeing this as well, because we went through a similar process with our transportation services bid. We got qualifications, we get several vendors interested, and we brought that list of vendors to you guys and had the plan if we can negotiate with the first one and come to success. If not, we would go on to the next one. But we were able to, we've met with First Student a lot. We've tweaked the contract quite a bit, and I'm not too upset by the increase. It's about $200,000 the first year, but the drivers in our area are going to get better rates, more competitive with our local neighbors. So like the starting rate is going from $20 an hour to $24 an hour, which we hope will just bring folks in. And so the first year is an increase of 7.75, but then it's 4% after, which is very fair. So,
Anybody have questions? So I have one, because you did have the rate schedule with the percentage and the increase, and it does look, it was listed for 5 years. I don't have it pulled up, so I'm trying to remember.
we just
off the top of my
estimate
head.
out 5 years.
So
yeah.
over the 5 years, it looked like about $750,000 increase.
Yep.
Looking forward for ourselves with our budget, like we feel like that's very fair and feasible, and we can make that work without.
Yes, this is
using
very fair and
reserves.
feasible. Yep.
Okay.
As you know, transportation, we have a great person that helps me and really does most of the transportation in Shelley Major, and efficiencies are always looked at. I mean, just in the last year, we reduced 2 routes, and there are some things coming up with in better software. You'll see in the Compass goals, some other goals we have as far as transportation, that, again, just to try to be as efficient as we can with our routes, ridership and everything. So that is feasible with our next budget.
Joelle, what's a route cost?
The route, if you add a route, it's about $75,000.
So about 150,000.
Yep. So we did eliminate 2 routes before going into this budget, just by more parents are bringing their kids to school, and so, if there's kids not riding, we need to look at, and we had the bus driver shortage, which, also helped with that. But we will continue to look at efficiencies and hopefully tweak some of that off that over the long run.
Joelle, do you know yet if the sidewalks that were added are going to have any impact on the number of routes we need?
No, they're not. There's a few kids there, but we keep looking for that. Not at this time.
How about the expanded parking at the high school there?
Well, I don't know. I think the kids were getting dropped off or parking up at the Ronnie's lot, but it probably should help a little bit. And so we'll do those counts. I mean, we do regular counts on ridership. Parents sign up annually whether they want to ride or not. And we do, over the course of that term, get a few weeks in and then start monitoring who's riding and who's not riding. And so if you haven't ridden in 10 days, we will actually call the family and say, did you sign up at both places? But there's a seat available, and we want to make sure that they're all full. Yep.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, we'll move to our vote. We had a motion by Matt and a second by Christy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. 6.0 resolutions. We have 2 this evening, and we will read them both. 6.01, Resolution of Appreciation honoring the candidates for the Board of Education. I will read the resolution, but first, do I have a motion to approve the Resolution of Appreciation honoring the candidates for the Board of Education?
So moved.
Motion by Julia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Did you say second? Oh, so moved. All right, thank you. So motion by Julia, second by Andrew. All right, sorry about that. Resolution of Appreciation honoring the candidates for the Board of Education. Whereas the Lindbergh Schools Board of Education is made up of 7 members who serve staggered terms of 3 years each, and whereas district residents Rachel Braff-Keeler, Megan Vetter, David Randleman, and David Kirschner filed for the 2 3-year terms of office, and whereas their willingness to serve on the school board is an expression of the highest interest in the educational welfare of Lindbergh's youth. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education commends Rachel Braff-Keeler, Megan Vetter, David Randleman, and David Kirschner for their continued interest and support in Lindbergh schools and the education of all students, and for their willingness to voluntarily serve the people of the Lindbergh community. We had a motion by Julia and a second by Andrew. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Next, we have 6.02, Resolution of Appreciation for Mr. Mike Shamia. Once again, I will read the resolution, but first, I need a motion to approve the Resolution of Appreciation honoring Mr. Mike Shamia.
So moved.
Motion by Megan,
Second.
second by Matt. All right. Oh, I'm supposed to ask you to stand if you want to.
I think you know better.
All right, Resolution of Appreciation honoring Mr. Mike Shamia. Whereas Mr. Mike Shamia was elected to the Lindbergh Schools Board of Education in April of 2017 and devotedly served students, staff, and families in the Lindbergh community. And whereas Mike Shamia has served with distinction as a director, secretary, vice president, and president of the Lindbergh Schools Board of Education. And whereas Mike additionally served on many board advisory committees, including finance, student life, facilities, and human resources. And whereas Mike Shamia has consistently prioritized the well-being and success of students, teachers, staff, and the broader community in all of his decision-making processes. And whereas Mike Shamia, a proud graduate of Lindbergh Schools, has demonstrated an enduring commitment to the betterment of the district and the community it serves, and has expressed profound admiration for the sense of pride and community spirit exhibited by Lindbergh residents, students, parents, and staff. And whereas Lindbergh Schools is a better district as a result of Mike Shamia's contributions to the Board of Education. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education extends their sincere thanks to Mr. Mike Shamia for his dedication to youth and education and for his commitment to the commitment to the district during his terms as a Lindbergh Schools Board of Education Director. We had a motion by Megan and a second by Matt. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. Did you vote aye? Is it 7-0 or 6-0? All right, motion passes 7-0.
So we are going to get you out of your comfort zone. We're going to come up here and take a quick picture. Come on. So if you ever want to find your way back to us, you're more than welcome to find your way back. And then we have a copy of the resolution. So thank you for your service.
Seven point zero, receive election returns and declare results. It was duly noted that in the manner of providing for the annual school board election and Proposition R election held on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, notice of said election was given in accordance with the laws of the state of Missouri. The following results were obtained from the St. Louis County Election Board website. Election results for Board of Education directors. Rachel Braff-Keeler received 6,086 votes for 30.34%. Megan Vetter received 6,053 votes for 30.18%. David Randleman received 3,891 votes, 19.4%. And David Kirschner received 4,029 votes for 20.09%. Election results for Proposition R. Yes received 7,622 votes, 70.32%. No received 3,217 votes, 29.68%. Do I have a motion that Rachel Braff-Keeler and Megan Vetter shall be declared elected directors of the Lindbergh Schools Board of Education for 3 years as indicated, and the passage of Proposition R with a 70.32% vote approval?
So moved.
Oh.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Andrew. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. All right, and I will now ask Megan Vetter and Rachel Keeler to meet me in front of the dais to take the oath of office. I've got a paper. All right, so raise your right hand. We're going to start. You'll say I and your name, and then we'll do it together. So, yeah, I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Missouri, and that I will, to the best of my ability, faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of a member of the Lindbergh Schools Board of Education of the State of Missouri according to law. Congratulations. Should we do anything else?
Come on back, you get to be Mike Shamier for the night.
Congratulations to Megan and Rachel. And I will now turn the meeting over to Dr. Tony Lake to serve as temporary chairperson for the election of the president and vice president.
So at this point in time, I will serve as the temporary chair for the purpose of electing the president and the vice president of the Board of Education. Do I have a motion for a nomination for president of the Board of Education?
I move that we nominate Christy Watts for the position of president.
I'll second.
Nominations are now closed. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
I accept.
Thanks. I don't think you had a choice. And now we will do vice president. So do I have a motion for the nomination for vice president of the Board of Education?
I would like to nominate Jennifer Miller.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Nominations are now closed. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Now I will turn the meeting back over to Ms. Watts.
What am I supposed to
Right
do?
here, right here.
Just kidding.
Right here.
Pound the gavel.
Good Lord.
Just being funny. Just being funny. You're so funny. Okay. All right, so next we have 9.03, election of secretary. Do I have a motion for the nomination for the secretary of the Board of Education?
I move to nominate Megan Vetter as secretary of the Board of Education.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Megan Vetter is secretary of the Board of Education. Sorry, I almost forgot your name for just a second, but just nerves. All right, next, 9.04, election of treasurer. Do I have a nomination for treasurer for the Board of Education?
I move to select Matt Alonso as the treasurer.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion passes. We have a treasurer, Matt Alonso. 9.05, MSBA delegate and alternate. Each year, the Lindbergh Board appoints an MSB delegate and alternate. Ms. Megan Vetter currently serves as the MSB delegate, and Ms. Christy Watts serves as the alternate. Do I have a motion to appoint Megan Vetter as MSBA delegate, and Julia Voss as alternate.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. So we've got Julia, sorry, guys, I have to take notes too. And Megan, okay. Okay, so we've completed our executive session, therefore a recess is not needed. We will now move to 12.0 adjournment. 12.0 adjournment, this concludes our special meeting 1593. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Matt, Jen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Special board meeting 1593 is adjourned.